Hello guys, welcome to a video where I'm going to be doing a fruit tier list. Somebody recommended it in my comments, so I'm just going to do it. Thanks whoever this person is, I'm just stealing their tier maker, and I'm just stealing their stuff, so thanks to whoever made it. But I might as well get into this too, because this will be a long video. First we have Suke, simple. I don't know why you'd be using it. Zero combo extenders, doesn't really work. Same with Kilo, it's really only good for running. Next, I'm going to put marrow in used, but not great. Marrow is one of those fruits that can have two combo extenders, but you have to pair it with, like, Fishman Karate or something else. Can be move stacked with the R move, but it's just not that great. Next, we have Bari. I'm simply putting this in bad tier. It can be used against stupid people. For example, me. Very good for, like, faking, like, making a wall combo that's not really a wall combo and doesn't push people against the wall. It just works really well. But most of the time it doesn't work, and it's kind of glitched most of the time. Same with Horo. I'm gonna also be putting in bad tier. It has one combo extender, but the combo extender is so stupid sometimes. But it's just gotta aim your mouse, and it just works. And pretty much it just happens. But you sadly can block inside of the stun, so it doesn't make it as great. Next we have Spin. I'm going to be putting this in bad tier because it might have a combo extender if you're fast enough on low ping. Really simple. It has a fly move, which is kind of funny, and it scales off of sword damage, so its E move is pretty overpowered and can be used as a combo extender if low enough ping. Next we have Suna. I'm going to be putting this one in skilled tier. People are going to be wondering why. It's E move if you can be Afro dash into the E move, which makes it true. And the R move, if you hit it, all you gotta do is make sure that the person that you hit heads west and you follow that direction, because for some reason the move does that. And it only works like that when you're on the ground, and if you're in the air, it just sends directly up, which you sadly cannot combo extend off of. Yeah, that's pretty much Suna. I'd really only recommend the first two moves because the rest all do really low damage other than Storm, but Storm is hard to hit. Same with Spada. Next we have Goro. I'm going to be putting this one inside used, but not great. It has a TP dash, but I wouldn't recommend it. It has one combo extender that rarely works whenever you up tilt into it, and and you can really only probably like drag jump or just Kirby into it, and then it works. It's really weird. There's a glitch where if you up tilt with the fast ones and then use Lightning's Wrath and then and then you down slam them with like a longer one, sometimes pushes people into the ground. This used to be an old trick to you do in back in update 4, but sadly it got patched because they made the up tilt length shorter, so then it made Goro kind of worse. Next we have Zushi. Really no explanation. Two combo extenders, and one of them comes back super easily. You can Afro into the Z move, or you can up tilt into the Z move, which most noobs do. And sadly, a lot of high levels or high win players because they still don't know how to drag jump or too are lazy to, because they're using Dragon Claw and doesn't drag jump. And yes, drag jumping into the Z move is true. I'm just going to go into a rant about that because nobody does it, and it's kind of easy. Same with same with Ito. Three combo extenders, including ult, and the other two are pretty easy to land. It has three moves that break Ken and Eternal and Future Sight from Mochi if you're ever having problems with that. Zushi is the better fruit for people that run, but it actually really only has two moves that can break Future Sight and Ken, which are the meteor moves, which actually make it pretty bad in general, unless the E move breaks it. But I've like never used the E move. Next we have Hiei. So I'd put Hiei in bad, but because it has just stupid stuns, I'd put in Brain Dead because You just slap like 500 points into Hiei, next thing you know, you're doing 300 damage and Ice Stomp, and it's really dumb. Somebody's putting into Brain Dead because Ice Stomp's now a block break, and that kind of just made the fruit really stupid, and I hate it. And its stuns are annoying, so that's why I'm gonna be putting it there. Next we have Gura. So Gura goes both ways. I'd put it in skilled or used but not great. Mostly because Gura doesn't have a combo extender, but if used correctly against like stupid people, it does have a combo extender, and maybe like half a combo extender if you include Shock Punch if you Afro into it. Sadly, it's not true, so I'm just gonna be putting in used but not great. And yeah, you can Afro into the ultimate, and then you can like head crusher them or something, and next thing you know, you do a crap ton of damage. Next we have Bomb. I'd put this one in bad, but because no one's ever really used it for PvP, it's actually kind of fun because Explosive Grab comes back so much, so fast, and it really does a bunch of damage with 400 points. And if you have mines and you like PB somebody, it does damage. So I'm just gonna be putting it in the middle tier because it kind of where it deserves. That's really all I can say about Bomo. It's kind of broken in BR if you just get a bunch of health. But that's what I can say about Kage. I've never used Kage, so I really don't know what I should be saying about it. But I know it might have one combo extender, but it only, and then one of the moves kind of relies on ping, so I might as well keep it inside mid tier. Because one of your moves requires ping for a combo extender, and the other move I think also requires ping, so it's kinda stupid. Yeah, so I'm putting Mara on bad tier. It's gonna be asking me why. It's just because yes, it does crazy high damage, but I normally like moves that can combo extend or can get me the benefit of a game other than spamming the X and Z button all game, expecting me to win, which most likely it will you most of the time, and it's kind of stupid. So that's why I really don't like Mara. It just pairs with Dragon Claw, but the extra 2 damage you're doing is not really worth it. Next we have Paw. That goes into skilled tier. It's it's there. It has 2 combo extenders, barely 2 if you're in high ping, but normally it's not 2 if you're in high ping, but yeah, it's not the greatest fruit. It's there. TP dash is super fun. It has a counter, and pretty much every move it has is a block break other than the Paw Barrage, which is dumb, and 2 combo extenders, like I said, and the travel move is kinda good. If you know what you're doing. Very good for like ganking people. Next we have Gomu. I'm gonna put it in used but not great. You can Afro or Kirby into the Gatling move, which is surprisingly true, and it can do buttloads of damage, but it does steal all of your stamina, and it's just not worth it. So that's why I really don't recommend Gomu. But if you want to use it, sure, go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Next we have Magu. I'm going to be putting this one also the middle tier. 0 combo extenders unless you include Trident, which then makes it have 1, and high funny damage is high funny damage, so you can't really complain about it too much. Next we have Mochi. I've never eaten my Mochi that I have stored right now. Never used Mochi other than in BR, but all I know is it has 1 combo extender, and that's pretty much all it has going for it. So I'm just going to be putting it in used but not great. Everybody that uses it probably has Observation V2, so that makes Future Sight really stupid and annoying. So that's just what I'm going to be saying about it. It's eh. Apparently you can move stack with it, but I've never used Mochi in that sort of way, so I wouldn't really be able to know. Next we have Tori. I don't really care for Tori that much too. I'll also be putting in used but not great. 1 combo extender, but everybody uses it as whenever they get a hair of health low, they immediately transform into Phoenix, and then boom, they're max HP again because they pressed a funny little button. And that's what I hate about Tori users. I'd put it in bad, but people would complain, so I'm just gonna put it in used. It's not very skilled. Most of the Tori users I fight just can't start a combo. and they use the same Festival Lancer and Dragon Claw, and it's really dumb, and there's no skill in it. Next we have Yami. This one's skilled. Nobody really knows how to use the E move, but it's not the greatest. I wouldn't recommend it to people who are PvPing. Yeah, you can do stuff with it, but it's just a worse version of Zushi pretty much. It's just a dupe. It's just a copied version of Zushi, but a bit like way worse. Its E move can be like Afro or Kirby'd into. Super easy to use, but nobody knows how to use it because everybody just does is they press the E button and hope someone runs into it. Same with the Z button, but you can just do 5M1s into the Z button, and it's kind of dumb. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm putting this fruit. It's Next is Pika. Pika's just bad. Yeah, you have a really fast fly that can be used in PvP, but it doesn't work very well when you're going up and like, oh, normally whenever I get comboed, I lose health, so then the fly becomes useless, and next thing you know, you're spamming the R and E button, which most people do, sadly, and it just doesn't work out sometimes. Next we have Yomi. I'm just gonna put this in Brain Dead, and I'll put it behind E2 because you can move stack with it. It has a combo extender that comes back decently fast and lasts longer than a PB slash block break, which is kind of stupid. Resurrects you. Has a funny ultimate move that can also do a crap ton of damage. It's 2 combo extenders and 3 if you're counting the wall, which is kind of stupid. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about Yomi. It's really brain dead. I'd actually probably put it there because it's really stupid and nobody uses it for some reason, yet it's super common. But it's probably one of the most stupid fruits in the game. It has a crappy travel, but the rest of it's really good. And then last we have Yuki. I have no soul for this thing. I've never eaten it, even in BR. Never cared about it, never used it. And to be honest, I'd put it in bad tier. Never used the fruit, but anybody that I verse that actually used this fruit, just hope Bunny Turret is smart enough to not let the other person PB them, which normally isn't the case. And then, yeah, the person you're fighting takes like 200 damage, but they're also comboing you at the same time. And every Yuki user uses the same R button into X button, and it kind of works, but that's pretty much all you got going for Yuki. It's not that great, and never used it, so I can't really put my full opinion on it. But yeah, that's pretty much it about the fruit tier list. To be honest, I'd probably move Hiei, but it is kind of dumb to be honest, and nobody really knows how to use it. But I'd probably put Yami at the top of this list, Paw at the top of this. Probably Yuki at the top of bad with Pika at the top, the second top. And then I don't really care about these 2 fruits. I'd put Kage probably a bit higher. I'd put Goro's fair, Mero's fair. Gomu can probably go a bit higher. Magu is just bad. These fruits are bad. I would put Mochi a bit better than Gura. Gura's kind of bottom tier. Same with Bomu. Yeah, I think that's about the tier list. I'd put this there, and then this there. That seems about right to me. Yeah, well, thanks for watching this 14-minute video. And please give me other ideas in the comments if you watched this far. So, thank you, and goodbye.